Let's start with something that looks impossible. You write this every day, of key, and the answer is just there, even with a million things inside. How is that instant? Here is our data, 6 little keys. Say we want hat. Without any tricks, the computer walks the line. Cat, dog, pen, bee, car, hat. 6 items, 6 checks. A million items, a million checks. Now, computers do have one instant trick, the array. Ask for slot 5 and it jumps straight there. One step, no matter how big the array is. But that only works when you know the number. Our keys are words, cat, hat, dog, and an array has no idea where a word should live. So what are the options? Walk the line every time? That gets slower as it grows. Or keep everything sorted and cut the search in half again and again, but then every new item has to shuffle in. Neither one is instant. So here is the real question. Could the key itself tell us exactly where to look? No searching at all. That trick exists, and it is almost too simple. The trick is almost too simple. Think of a coat check. You hand over your coat and you get ticket 47. The coat goes on hook 47. When you come back, does anyone search the racks? No. They read your ticket and walk straight to hook 47. A hash table does exactly that with math. Watch cat check in. A hash function crunches the word cat into a number and lands on slot 6. Now dog, same function, different word, slot 4. And when we want cat back, run the same function again, same word, same number, slot 6. Straight there, no searching. And in code, it is just 2 lines. Turn the key into a big number, then wrap it into the table with a remainder. That remainder is the slot. Notice what never happened. We never looked through a list. We computed where the answer lives and went straight to it. But wait, 2 different words, 1 small table? What happens when 2 keys want the same slot? That is not an if, it is a when. Here is the catch I promised. The table has 8 slots, but there is no limit on keys. So sooner or later, 2 different keys must land on the same slot. That is not bad luck. It is guaranteed. Remember, dog lives in slot 4. Now here comes car, and car hashes to 4. Taken. So where does car go? The slot is full, but car still needs a home. That is a collision. Fix number 1, chaining. Let a slot hold more than 1 key, a little chain. Car settles in on top of dog. Both live at slot 4 now. To find car later, hash to 4, check dog, not it. Climb up, car. 2 checks, a short walk. In code, chaining is tiny. Find the slot, then append to the little list living there. There is a second fix, with no lists at all. Open addressing. If your slot is taken, just step forward. Car would simply walk to slot 5, the next open one. Finding it later means the same walk. Start at 4, step forward until you hit it. 2 fixes, 1 trade-off. Chains stay graceful as the table fills up. Probing keeps everything in one tight row, which hardware loves, but it jams as things get crowded. Either way, collisions cost extra checks. And the fuller the table gets, the more collisions pile up, and the longer every walk becomes. So, how full is too full? Adding to a hash table is supposed to take just 1 step, but the table keeps filling up, so how is 1 step still true? So how does the table know it's getting crowded? Well, it watches 1 number. Count the items with me, we have 4, and count the slots, we have 8. So 4 over 8, and that is our load factor. While it stays low, finding cat takes just 1 step. But now watch it climb. Here comes car, and car hashes to slot 4, But dog already lives there, so they share the slot. And here comes hat, sliding into slot 3. That makes 6 items now. The table is 3/4 full. And you see, sharing means walking. To find car, we check dog first, then step up. 2 steps. The fuller the table gets, the longer that walk becomes. So the table sets itself a limit, about 3/4 full. And we just hit it. Time to act. Build a bigger table. 8 slots doubling to 16. Here it goes. Every item takes one more trip through the hash and drops into its new home. And look, car finally gets its own slot. That whole move is called a resize. And here is that exact resize in code, just 2 moves. Line 1, make the bigger table. Line 2, one loop that rehashes every single item. Now run it. Cat, dog, pen, and the rest follow. 6 items, 6 new homes. But count what that loop just did. It touched every single item. 6 items, 6 moves. So the one add that triggered this resize did not take 1 step. It took 6. In general, n items means n moves, and that is O of n. The exact cost hashing was meant to avoid. Now zoom out to the long run. Here is that one expensive resize, and here are all the cheap adds around it. 1 step, 1 step, 1 step. The resize is rare. So what if we take its cost and spread it across every ad? Watch it melt. Now average the whole line, still about 1 step per ad. And that is what amortized means. Expensive once in a while, cheap on average. So here is the deal on paper. Time, amortized constant, about 1 step per ad on average. And space, linear, 1 slot for every item plus room to grow. But hold on to that fine print, on average, not guaranteed. So what could break the average? A bad hash. And that story is next. Every honest data structure has a worst case. Imagine a broken hash function, one that sends every key to the same slot. Watch. Cat, 3. Dog, 3. Pen, bee, car, hat, all 3. One giant chain. And now, finding hat means climbing past everyone. 6 keys, 6 checks. That is O of n. We are back to searching. So everything rests on the hash function. A good one is fast to compute, spreads keys evenly across the slots, and always gives the same key the same slot. And there is a sneaky version of this failure. If an attacker knows your hash function, they can craft keys that all collide, on purpose, and jam your table flat. Real systems fight back with a secret, a random seed folded into the hash. Same program, new scramble, every run. So here is the honest picture. With a good hash, constant time on average. With a bad one, it slips all the way to linear. The speed was never free. It rests on the hash. And yet, hash tables are everywhere. Knowing all the catches, why? Because when the hash is good, almost nothing beats it. Nearly every language's dictionary, or map, is a hash table underneath. Sets too, for is this here checks. Databases index rows with them, and caches hand back answers in 1 step because of them. And the reason is simple. Looking something up by a key is the single most common thing code does, and a hash table makes it, on average, 1 step. So here is the whole story. You compute the spot, you never search for it. Collisions are guaranteed and handled. The resize keeps it fast as it grows, and it is constant time, on average, with a good hash. So the next time you write D of cat, and the answer is simply there, you will know it never searched. It computed exactly where to look.